Hey guys, firstly I'd like to start off by pointing out that I am aware that I have possibly one of the most monotone and boring voices in the world currently. But anyway, for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Mark, gaming, this is Phantasy. Been playing the CoD series for going on around 7 years now, ever since the original CoD 1. Playing at the highest level of the game for roughly 4 years now. Played in teams such as Razer Gaming, Team Master, Dignitas, and now most recently playing WinFat. Nevertheless, I thought I'd make a quick video, or I hope it's quick, about the very standard basics of Pro Mod. So it could be helpful to some people who are looking to get into Pro Mod or have just started playing. I'm going to try and cover a couple of things such as strafing, why it's important. Probably one of the most important factors of the CoD series compared to other FPS games at least. Some standard team stuff, smokes, nades, maybe a couple of positions, and then could go over some demos of me playing against other top teams and tell you what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. The first thing I'm going to go over is strafing. This isn't going to be about how to strafe, but more so why you need to master strafing CoD, especially if you're playing an SMG role. The answer is pretty simple. It allows you to move around the map faster combined with the sprint. It's essential to beat attack nades from other teams and really just general movement around the map. For an example for this, I'm going to use a very basic A rush route from attack to the A site. I'm basically now just going to walk towards the A site and try and sprint as much as possible. As you can see, you do gain 1 second, although it doesn't seem like a lot. It's usually the difference between a nade landing at your feet and killing you. I don't think the main objective of this route is necessarily to get to A like you're on Red Bull, but instead to beat the nades from the up 4 and get to A safely. Although it maybe wasn't the best example, I think it at least demonstrates why being able to strafe well is important within the game. There's plenty of strafing tutorials all over the net if you'd like to learn how to strafe. I will get these tutorials put into the info sections. Right, okay, so now basically I'll just go over some extremely standard nades which everybody should be doing on both sides of the map. Firstly, we have a back A nade, one of the most important, especially combined with the next nade, which is a red car nade, which can sometimes pick up some unexpected kills. A B long nade to stop people pushing from that area into the middle. And finally a bottom hardware nade if you or your team is planning to push middle. Firstly, we have a nade to land outside blue to stop people rushing into A. Secondly, we want one to land around middle to stop a mid push, and finally one from B long to get lucky kills if people are forced back into blue by nades already. So here's 1 or 2 clips of these nades working against Suga. I'll now just go over a couple of clips from the same game versus Suba, but explain what I'm thinking and why I'm doing what. So basically, first off, it's already been called by my team that they're rushing the B site, so I quickly made my way over and I could hear them rushing down B long. So without them knowing, I jumped down behind them to take up 2 quick frags, which basically shuts down the initial push. Because of this, I've now forced them to move slower and try and pick up some kills. So I move over to a position behind a car where I can see bottom A and the middle in case they try and make a rotate. One of my teammates dies, so I assume they're still going to be trying to push B, so I lay in wait for one of them to push middle, and he does. I'm now going to use the standard A rush that I showed earlier to try and make my way into A. Because I got into A so easily last time, they've tried to use flashes to slow me down due to the strafe. I've only just semi-flashed and I was able to pick up a kill on back A. I'll make my way to top A with a height advantage to see if I can spot anybody. Due to hearing some shooting across the map, I chuck a nade to try and pick up a kill. Now I guess the second SMG should be an A somewhere. Now my teammates have died, I'm in a one-on-one situation. I know the bomb was dropped on B long and so is the enemy. It's obvious to me that he's going to try and find a position where he can watch both exits of A. I make my way to defend A and jump on the bin to see if anybody's rushing the bomb. I can see my teammate being shot from top blue, so I peek out and get a kill with the deagle. Unfortunately, he's been shot from bottom A, so I make my way down and pick up another kill. Now they know I'm in A, I assume they're going to be making their way to B site. I watch back hardware as it's the easiest place to be seen from A, especially as the person is in the hardware. I pick up another kill and luckily see the last person drop from blue. Anyway, finally I'll quickly go over some standard smokes which almost all teams do. Firstly, you want to cover the crash site as Marine so you can't be shot from the scope or seen to cross A. Otherwise the scope can call the amount of people crossing to determine if it's an A or B push. Another great smoke as a Marine is to cover the front of hardware. As usually, you always have a player from the Op4 side which rushes the hardware and starts pre-firing all the walls in blue. Also, you can see if people are rushing mid. This smoke is for the Op4 side. If you have an SMG player who wants to rush the B site and do the nades that I showed earlier, you always want to have a teammate smoking the B long so you can't be shot from the scope. The last smoke I'm going to go over is for the Marines. It's really one you should be doing by choice. It's basically you just do the same as the tac nade that I showed earlier into back A, and it just helps the SMG rush into A so they can't be seen crossing the front A door. That's all I'm going to do for this video. It's so basic I doubt that anyone in the world will ever find it useful, but if it even helps one person I'll be happy.